Hey y'all, it's Sierra, aka Capricorn Moon Goddess, back with another video. This video is for the single parents out there. And when I say single parent, I mean mostly the single parents that do not have help from the other parent. Or maybe they have help from the other parent, but the other parent is toxic, so they make it really hard to co-parent, okay? If you have a really great relationship, co-parenting relationship with the other parent, or you have like a whole lot of help, you have a village in your life that's helping, this most likely isn't really for you. This is for the people that are truly single parents in every sense of the word, not just single parent as in you're not in a relationship with the other parent, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is because there is a difference when you are raising a child or children completely alone with no village, with no help from the other parent, or if they are involved. However, they are making your life a living hell, having you in and out of court all the time, using the child to be able to have access to you so they can verbally abuse you and start arguments and chaos within your life. Dealing with that while trying to raise children is different than if you're just not in a relationship with the child's other parent, but co-parenting is going pretty well. You have a village around that's helping to relieve the stress, okay? So not having to deal with the toxicity of the other parent or deal with the other parent not helping you at all. That's the people I'm talking to right now, because yes, it's hard to be a parent even if you're in a relationship, even if you're married, even if you live in the same household, but it's a whole different level of stress when you have the other circumstances, okay? So it's not because I want to discriminate against people, but I'm doing this reading for encouragement for the parents that need it the most right now, and that is the people who have no help, or they are literally being abused by the other parent in any way, shape, or form, taken to and from court all the time. Like I said, the other parent using the child to have access to the mom or the dad so they can continue to abuse them, okay? So this reading is for y'all. I know y'all need some encouragement right now, so I want to get some encouraging messages for y'all. School is about to start back. As a single parent myself, I do not have the help of my son's father. My son is 12. My son's father has never been helpful. And around the time when he was, younger, because I live in Texas and his dad does not live in Texas anymore. When he lived in Texas, he would watch him like babysit his own child every once in a while so I could go to work. But he was very, very toxic. Like he would, like I said, use the time where I would be coming to pick my son up from him to try to start an argument or, do something stupid. Okay, so sometimes him not even being around is a little bit more peaceful. But it is still hard. It has been hard raising a child by myself for 12 years. I don't have, parents that are helping me raise my child or anything like that. Like I'm doing it all by myself. So school is starting back, and it can be a little nerve-wracking for parents when school starts. You got to worry about school uniforms if your kid has to wear it. You have to worry about school supplies, school lunch. If you don't get free lunch, that school lunch, man, that money be going quick, okay? When you got to pay for school lunch. My son is transitioning to middle school. His other school went up to 6th grade, so he's going to a whole new school now, so that's nerve-wracking. He has to get another vaccine that I thought he was done with vaccines. Guess not. He has to get some more vaccines. So we got to get that before he can get his schedule and all of that. So I know starting school, if you are working, if you don't work from home, even if you work from home, if you have to be logged into the computer by a certain time, it may not line up with the drop-off schedule for dropping your kid off, or you might have to leave work early to pick your kid up. I went through those days, okay, of having to figure out how my son was gonna get picked up from school. So it's just so much happening when it comes to school starting to be anxious over. Okay, so I just want to get some empowering words for the single parents, or basically what we need to hear right now, even if it's not necessarily empowering. What do the single parents need to hear right now? Please let me know. So let's go ahead and get started. This is a general reading. Okay, so some things may apply, some things may resonate, some things may not. Make sure you're using your own discernment and intuition to determine what resonates for you. Okay, we are starting with the Three of Water, which is the Three of Cups. And on this particular deck, this represents fullness. Okay, this represents overflow. This represents having everything you need, having all the resources that you need. We have fruits, we have leaves. Okay, so those could represent vegetables, foliage. Okay, we have air coming from the plants, oxygen. Okay, we have water. You have everything you need. You will have everything you need. You may be worried about how you're going to buy school clothes, or how you're going to get school supplies, or how you're going to pay for vaccines. Okay, they have a lot of different programs to help parents in need when it comes to that. So you may have to do some research in order to find out, you know, what resources are available for you if you don't have the funds. Okay, but you're going to have everything that you need. So hopefully that can ease some of your minds. Okay, we have the Transformation, which most likely represents the Death card. Okay, and it's funny because there's an owl in this card. Usually you might see a phoenix or a different animal like a snake or something a little bit more dark when it comes to the animal, but we have an owl on here. Okay, so this card, I believe, is the Death card. I'm gonna take a look at the book just to make sure, if I can find the book. I don't know what I did with it. But transformation basically means cycles ending and new cycles beginning. So whatever you have been going through, any struggles you have been going through have been to help you transform and have been to help you transmute. Okay, how to transmute disappointment, pain, frustration, anger, and sadness into energy that works for you. Okay, I'm just going to look in the book just to make sure this is the Death card. The number on this card is 13. So the number 13 could be significant to you, or the number 4, because 13 breaks down to 4. Okay, yeah, so it does say this relates to the Death card. Okay, it says shedding the past, letting go of old patterns, dogmas, values, letting it be on the deepest level. Okay, some of you may have, like I said earlier, I've come to the conclusion that it's a little bit less stressful as far as like mental toxicity with my son's father not around to torture me constantly. So even though he's not helping, I do have a peace of mind. So you all may have had to just accept the other parent for who they are. Okay, and accept the circumstances and change whatever you have the power to change. Okay, we also have the Integration card, which I believe is the Temperance card in this particular deck, and the number is 14. So that's funny. So we have 13 and then we have 14 right after that. Okay, so things are happening in the proper order for you, even though it may have been a lot of frustrating things you had to go through when it comes to being a parent. Okay, the Temperance card can represent emotional balance, but with this particular card, I always focus on how she is like weaving a pattern, and then like the birds that she's weaving onto the tapestry are literally coming to life. Okay, so you learned, like I said, how to transmute energy and how to transmute negativity. If you haven't learned it already, that is one of your lessons that you need to learn. So all of the stress and the anxiety and the disappointments that can come along with being a single parent, you are learning how to transform that and transmute it into things that actually work for you, taking lemons and making lemonade out of it. Okay, let me see. This talks about alchemy. Okay, that's what I was saying. Yeah, this Temperance card basically relates to the Magician card as well. So yeah, even though it's the Temperance card, so it represents artfulness, creativity, union of the male and female energies. Okay, so it takes male and female energies to create a child. So even though things may not be well with the other parents, or the other parent could have possibly like passed on and not be around anymore, for whatever reason you're having to raise your child by yourself. It did take two different energies to create the child, but only one is contributing to raising the child. You still have a blessing. Your child is still a blessing. Your child is still going to be somebody important, okay? And you will have helped to have contribute to that, okay? Oh, they have messages on here. I didn't even know that. The message says, just when it seems that everything has come to a standstill, the forces of transformation are most active. Refrain from criticizing the process that is taking place within. You are inwardly busy with the merging of your male and female energies. This brings about the balance you seek. To live a balanced life, these two forces must be integrated into a harmonious unity. Remember the birds depicted on this card? Once the weaving of their forms is complete, they raise up high into the sky and soar freely. This is what's known as the spiritualization of matter. Okay, so when it comes to merging the male and female energies, like I said, it took both energies to create the child, but there's one energy there helping. So you are having to learn how to balance your masculine and feminine energy, because children need both. And although you cannot fully take the place of the other parent, you have to pick up some of those skills that may have come more naturally to the other parent, okay? I was just checking out this book because I didn't know it had like messages in it. My bad. I was like, oh, that's cute. I didn't even realize that. All right, so you're learning how to relate a little bit more to the opposite sex because you're having to kind of tap into both energies. We have the Vision Quest. Geez, we're getting all of the major arcana, which I don't really, they're all different in this deck, so I have to keep looking them up. This is number 12. So this is relating to the Hanged Man, okay? But what's so funny about this is related to the Hanged Man, but it looks like the bird is soaring upwards. So yeah, even though you may have felt like maybe having a child slowed you down, okay, you weren't able to fully live your life the way you would have wanted to. You had to put certain things on hold, okay? Maybe that was for the best, and you're gonna be able to soar, and you may even be able to, because you will have more maturity when you are at a space where you're able to make certain decisions and do certain things. You're gonna soar even higher than if you were to do them, for example, like when you were younger and didn't have children or something like that. So it says this is related to meditation, surrender, patience, okay, change of values, belief, viewpoints, new outlook, sincere search for meaning. So for example, I had my son when I was 20 years old. So by the time I'm 40, he's gonna be 20. I did not get to enjoy my 20s. I didn't really get to live like a 20-year-old. I had to grow up. I had a son to take care of. His father wasn't helping. It wasn't no partying, drinking, going to live on a college campus. It was none of that. It was going to work, and it was taking care of my son. I could look at that and be like, oh, I couldn't even drink on my 21st birthday because I was breastfeeding. So instead of me looking at that like I lost my 20s, that was supposed to be the happiest, most fun time of my life, I'm looking at it as by the time I'm 40, I'm still going to be young enough to be able to move around. I'm still going to be able to move and shake. And that's when I'm going to be able to travel. That's when I will have built up more of my wealth and all of that stuff. So I'll still be able to enjoy life and have a nice quality of life. And I will have already gotten my child like raised. I don't believe that you stop raising a child at 18. I think you still continue to parent them. but I will have gotten most of the child rearing out of the way. So then I would just be there to supplement and guide him. So I'll still be able to have a life, and 40 years old is not like ancient or anything. So yeah, I have to spin it and change my perspective. Like, yes, I did not have my 20s, but there's some women who didn't have children in their 20s, and then now they're in their 40s and they don't know if they'll be able to have children because they did have to focus more on their building their businesses up. They did get to enjoy their 20s and have fun in their 20s, but now some of them are coming up on it being too late for them to even have children, or harder for them to have children. So while they are in the process of starting families and being tied down a little bit more, I already had my child and I get to be a little bit more free in my 40s. So you have to kind of look at things that way. A lot of people did look down on me for having a child so young. I mean, strangers, people I didn't even know, would voice their opinions to me on that because I look very young. Like, I look younger than my age in person. I just got carded to buy a lottery ticket, and you have to be 18 to buy a lottery ticket. I am 32 years old and people still think I'm 16 or 18. Okay, so when I was walking around with a baby, people was looking at me crazy, like, how old are you? And they did not hesitate to give me looks of disappointment and things like that. But at the end of the day, I got my life together and I got myself into a good position in corporate America. When I was in corporate America, I took on the responsibility and I took it serious to have a child and move my life in a positive direction. So you have to look at it that way, because there are going to be people that have something negative to say about you just because you are a single parent. And I don't care what anybody says. If you left a toxic situation and chose not to raise your children in a toxic situation, it's better to be a single parent than to be staying in a toxic relationship, or in a relationship with somebody you just don't want to be in a relationship. They don't necessarily have to be toxic, but maybe you all did not work well as far as being in a relationship, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, people get married and get divorced all the time. So just because you get married does not guarantee you're going to have a good relationship with the other person as far as them doing their part being a parent. We have 7 of Fire, which is the 7 of Wands. So this represents endurance on this card. So you all have had to endure a lot. This is why I wanted to stress at the beginning of this video who this video was for. Okay, this is for the parents that have had to endure a lot and go through a lot and had to work on transmutation, because you had to learn how to look at things on the brighter side in order to survive. Otherwise, you would have gone crazy. Otherwise, you would have lost your mind, and you may have even taken it out on your children. So you had to learn how to look at the glass with this 3 of Water. Look at the glass halfway full instead of half empty. Okay, we have 8 of Air, interference. Okay, so some of y'all have been dealing with the other parent may be around and they may like do things for the child, but they do also try to interfere in your life. Okay, so some of y'all are having to deal with that as well. And once again, these are different, like a little bit different than what the typical Rider-Waite-Smith tarot decks are. So usually the 8 of Swords is more so about yourself interfering, but in this reading I'm definitely taking it as the other parent likes to interfere. Okay, we also have the Ace of Earth. I remember I used to go pick my son up from his dad's when he was actually helping, and like if I was on the phone, he would assume I was on the phone with a guy, so he would be in the background like saying stuff like, hey, come here baby, hey, like trying to call me baby and pet names and stuff, because you know, just in case I was on the phone with a guy, to make it seem like we still had something going on. Okay, always trying to interfere with what I'm doing. Okay, I could be talking to my sister, he don't know who I'm talking to, but just in case it was another guy, he was gonna try to interfere. Okay, so yeah, y'all might be dealing with the other parent trying to interfere with what you got going on, trying to hold you down. They don't want you to be successful without them, okay? But we have the Ace of Earth, so you all, which is Ace of Pentacles, you all have new opportunities coming in anyway, no matter what they try to do. And for a lot of y'all, these opportunities are related to money, finances, material things, and resources, okay? So they ain't stopping nothing. We have Five of Water, loss. They want this for you. Some of y'all are dealing with the other parent that wants you to be broken down. You see how these cups are broken? They want you to be broken down, and they want to deplete you of your energy, okay? And some of them may have succeeded in doing this, so you're having to find your way back to yourself and finding a way to fill yourself back up, which is hard to do in and of itself. But when you have a child, it's even harder to do, because you have to try to do it without them seeing you broken down, okay? And it is okay sometimes for your children to see you emotional, because they need to know it's okay to be emotional. But you do feel like guilty if your kid notice that you're crying, or that you're sad, or you're upset. You don't want them to take on that and feel like they're responsible for it. So you have to make a lot of decisions as a parent to, you know, do I keep certain things from my kids, or do I allow them to see it? And sometimes they just gonna know, like, your kids are connected to you. They came from you. So they're gonna know if you feel sad, even if you try to hide it, okay? But this other parent, for some of y'all, is literally trying to break you down. Like I said, some of them have you in and out of court over and over again over stupid stuff, okay? I'm thinking about when Omarion and April were arguing about where the kid's gonna go to school at, and like she was saying, like, he kept taking her to court over every little thing. So y'all may have that going on. Or like I said, some of these people take the time when they're dropping the kid off or picking them up to try to be verbally abusive to you. They might be texting you stupid stuff, crazy stuff, trying to act like they can still control you, all of that stuff. They may be upset if you put them on child support as well. So some of y'all might have to be dealing with that. We have the Chaos card. I'm assuming this is the Tower card in this deck. But yeah, they try to create chaos within your life. But once again, you are learning how to transmute energy. So you're learning how to take chaos and transmute it into energy that works for you, and how to turn that back around and send that energy right back to them, okay? But you have to be careful when you do, like, return energy back to the other parent, because you have to make sure that it does not affect your child in any way. Because sometimes when you return energy back to somebody else, it does not hit them, it hits somebody close to them. So that's why the emphasis is more so on transmutation than it is on like return to sender in this particular group. We have 10 of Air, negative thinking. Some of y'all may be feeling really stressed out, really down on yourselves right now. And I think it's funny that there's like vultures in this card, because it's like, if the other parent notices you're feeling bad about yourself, they're going to take that time to really like make it even worse. They're going to take that time to prey upon you, okay? Or they may constantly tell you things like, you're ugly, you're not cute, nobody wants you. People only want you for sex because you broke up with them. Nobody really genuinely loves you. I actually did. You know, trying to make you feel bad about yourself is a tactic that they use, okay? Because they may be insecure. They may be frustrated that you left them, okay? So they have to talk bad about you, and they want you to eventually start to take that on and believe the things that they're saying. They want you to start believing that about your own self. This is why verbal abuse is very, 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 bad, okay? I know physical abuse is bad, sexual abuse is bad, verbal abuse is bad, because it can put you in a space to where you end up accepting other types of abuse because you already have been broken down mentally, okay? So it is important to get away from people who are verbally abusing you. And if you are dealing with the other parent and they're verbally abusive, it is best to get that in writing. So it's best to just text them instead of talking to them, them and watch what you say to them, okay? Don't be engaging in the arguments. Your text messages need to show that you try to disengage or whatever, or you just don't respond, because you never know when you might have to use those texts in court or something like that, okay? We also have 3 of Earth, growth. They're trying to stop your growth, but guess what? You still are growing anyways, okay? So they can try to stop whatever they want to try to stop, but they won't be successful, okay? What else do we have here? You all have some things that are cultivating for sure. Okay, we have 9 of fire, inner strength. You are having to lean on your inner strength at this time. We have 6 of air, clarity, and you are going to be receiving clarity about something if you have a question about something, or if you've been worried about money for sure. I'm seeing that you are having more opportunities to make more money, maybe a better job. We got the clown card, which is the fool card. Okay, I don't know why they put clown on here, but I mean, I guess I know, because the fool card has like a jester on it. So yeah, you all may be leaning on comedy right now to try to get yourself through when you have this negative thinking, or like I said, like turning lemons into lemonade. But you all definitely have a new start that's coming for you. You're receiving clarity on something. You're receiving new opportunities for more finances, whether it be a new job opportunity or a promotion. We have the Sun card. Some of y'all could be Leos, but there's something for you to look forward to that's going to be happening pretty soon. And if you notice the other parents start really acting up, okay, that's because they can sense this breakthrough that's about to come for you. So don't let them knock you off your square. We have the small medicine wheel. I think this is the Wheel of Fortune, but let me double check. The number is 10 on this card. It's either the Wheel of Fortune or the World, but I'm thinking the big medicine wheel is the World. Okay, yeah, this is the Wheel of Fortune. So it says promising start, change, success, outgoing energy, completed cycle, gratitude, a new phase begins. Ooh, there is a long message on here. I don't know if I can read this whole message, but we're gonna see. Okay, so they're describing what's on the card, but where's the message? It says the power of small medicine wheel will transport you safely into the new phase of your life. Okay, that's why we got the Fool card here, or the clown. It is an omen of good fortune and fulfillment. Okay, we have fulfillment on the first card that came out. So this is confirming that you all will be fulfilled. You will be receiving the things that you've been asking for. It also points to completion. Something old falls away painlessly. If you listen to your inner being and trust your intuition, the new beginning will be like a resurrection. Which one of the 4 totem animals speak to you most clearly? Listen to its message. Start to sense it within you. You need not verbalize it. Our deepest knowing needs no words. So the animals are coyote. It says the coyote reminds you of innocent of childhood days. The bear knows the answers to your deepest questions. The buffalo symbolizes the all-encompassing wisdom. What's the other animal? And then the great white eagle is the guardian, protector, and the protector. So does coyote, bear, white eagle, or what's the other animal? Buffalo. Coyote, bear, buffalo, or white eagle. Whichever one stands out to you the most, coyote, bear, buffalo, or white eagle, go ahead and look that up and see what message you get when you Google like what those animals mean, okay? We have 5 of air, fear. Some of y'all have some fear, which this is the 5 of swords. You all have some fear because you're used to maybe people playing dirty, or you're used to having to constantly figure out a way out of something. So you may be fearful that you're not able to figure out something before a certain deadline or something like that. But we have the Star card. You don't have to worry. Your wishes will be granted. Your prayers will be answered. We have the Life Force card. Once again, I don't know which card this is, which major arcana, so let me see. Like, the names they gave these cards, they don't even make it, like, easy to guess which one it is. Oh, it's number 11. My bad. You could be life path 11. It doesn't really say which one this card is related to, like which Rider-Waite card, but it says elation. He looks very happy in this card. So elation, passion, lust. Is this the Lovers? Because it says Eros. Oh no, it's not the Lovers. I don't know. This must be not related to the Rider-Smith at all, okay? The Rider-Waite-Smith. So elation, passion, lust, orgasmic creativity, the totality of feeling, sense of omnipotence, okay? It says if you allow yourself to be swept away by this wave of immense divine power, nothing will be impossible. The deepest message of this card goes beyond all conventional ideas about joy, vitality, and rapture. It represents the source of all these energies. This source is holy, for it surpasses the limit of every classification created by the human mind. It is the profound understanding of our immortality as spirit that causes us to become ecstatic. It is our wild, irrepressible powerful nature that grants us access to the state of ecstasy. If we develop the ability to recognize the narrow confines of social conditioning and consciously transcend them. So this is talking about basically believing in miracles, understanding that yes, as humans, we are limited, but as spiritual people, or our souls, we are unlimited in the things that we can access and the things that we can reach, and we have the help of divine sources to help us with the sun and the star, okay? Help us to get exactly what we want. And recognize the sun and the star both came out in this reading, night and day. We were talking about female and or we were talking about feminine and masculine energy. So there is a lot of balance that is being restored to your life, okay? And you are being made happy in every way possible. We have the sun and the star. Both of those cards are about wish fulfillment. Those are the yes cards. You are receiving yeses to the prayers and to your wishes, okay? Because you did put in the work, and you are putting in the work to raise the child, okay? And if you think that God, divine sources are not noticing that, okay, they are noticing that, because it's not easy to raise a child even when the other parent is helping, and even when the other parent is cooperating. But doing it without the help of the other parent, or when the other parent is just being difficult, they understand how hard that is. There's people that are taking themselves out of this world because they cannot handle being parents, okay? And some of them have been single parents. It is hard. It is not easy. It is hard. And they recognize that you keep going even when you don't want to keep going, okay? Because you have little people that are depending on you. We have 8 of water, stagnations, 8 of cups. Usually this represents walking away from something, but in this deck is stagnation. Like I said, a lot of you may be feeling stagnant. We have 8 of earth, which is 8 of pentacles, inner order. A lot of you may be feeling stagnant, like you've been working so hard for something to happen. And remember, we got the star and the sun card, so it is happening. It just didn't happen on your time or on your timeline, okay? But your spirit guides are with you. They want you to know that they are with you. Divine sources are with you and working on your behalf, okay? We don't always have things happen when we want them to, but we got the 4 of fire, completion. Okay, something is coming to completion for you all, okay? Yes, it may have taken a long time. You all may have been asking for relief, asking for help for a long time, and you feel like it's just one thing after another that keeps happening. I'm trying to put this in here, and it's not going in here. Like, what is going on here? But things are about to start getting easier for you, okay? It may seem like it's impossible, but it is definitely possible, okay? Hang in there. I don't know why I grabbed these cards, because it's not the cards that I wanted to use. But hey, let's see what the Butterfly for Life Changes has to say, since I got this deck by accident. Give me a message for the single parents, please. We have spiritual growth. Okay, so a lot of the things that you've been having to endure and deal with are for your spiritual growth. Okay, we also have body changes. Okay, if you are a woman, for sure you had to deal with body changes. Okay, I told y'all I breastfed my son. Okay, your boobs are not the same when you have kids. Your stomach is not the same. Your body doesn't function the same. Okay, they even say that men sometimes get like physical symptoms of the woman being pregnant. But even if you are a man, you could have body changes because you may be stressed when it comes to raising your kids, or maybe you're having to eat out a lot because you have so many errands you have to run. Okay, I have that, where me and my son used to be eating in the car a lot. Like, we would have to stop and get something to eat from some fast food restaurant because our commute was so long, and we would be in the car for hours, and then when we got home we had homework to do. So yeah, we would have to eat in the car a lot, and a lot of time that was unhealthy food. Okay, so that can have a negative impact. Some of you could be on medication that is creating changes for your body as well. Okay, we also have relationship dynamics. Okay, so some of y'all are wanting the relationship dynamics between you and the other parent to become a little bit more bearable, or you may just now be getting back out in the dating scene. Okay, we have realizations and epiphany. So like you are going to get some clarity on something. Remember, we had the mental clarity card. You are going to be receiving clarity on something pretty soon. We have courage. Okay, and we have the number purple. To me, the color, to me, purple and white can represent divine forces. So the divine forces around you recognize your courage. Okay, it takes courage to be a single parent, to do it all by yourself, because like I said, it's not easy. What else? We have sentimental feelings. Okay, so yeah, you go in and out of different type of feelings at the end of the day when you're a parent, regardless of what kind of feelings come up. For most of us that have the natural feelings that parents have, because some people don't have the natural bonds and connections with their kids, okay, for psychological reasons. But most of the time, our sentimental feelings, our care, our love for our children bring us back to reality when we start to feel really bad about ourselves or really bad about our situation. Okay, we got emotions. Yeah, they help us when we start to feel those negative emotions. Okay, you may have your child just randomly come in your room and give you a hug and tell you they love you or something like that while you're not even feeling that great, and that's going to help you. Okay, we have dietary change. Some of you are having to make a dietary change if you want to change your body for the better. Okay, and the dietary change can also help your emotions. Like, I did read that sugar can help to like make depression worse and things of that nature, and I like a lot of sugar. Okay, so I'm like, dang, I'm gonna have to start cutting more sugar out of my diet. We have religion and spirituality. A lot of you are learning to lean more on religion or spirituality when you are stressed out, and even when it comes to your finances. There's going to be a change in your finances pretty soon, and it's going to be a change for the better. Okay, I don't know how long this is, but with me and my talk a lot self, but let's keep going. It's 11:28 at night, and I don't know why, but I'm like turning like nocturnal. So I've been sleeping late and then like staying up late to like 4 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it's like 11 o'clock at night and I'm doing this reading, but hopefully it'll be uploaded in the morning. So when y'all wake up in the morning on your way to work or whatever, getting ready, y'all can listen to it. Okay, a little bit of motivation. Please give me some cards for the single parents. We have never ending story. Some of you, it's a generational thing to have like a one parent household. Okay, so you are possibly feeling bad about yourself for continuing that cycle. Okay, but it's not necessarily your fault. I believe that we do pick our parents before we get here, and we pick the circumstances and all of that, the tests, the challenges that we're going to go through. So some of this stuff is destined for both you and your child and the other parent to learn certain lessons, okay? We also have TikTok. Okay. When you are a parent, sometimes you feel like you don't have time to yourself. So, and you all may have a lot of things you have to get done by certain deadlines. Okay, like I said, I got to get my son's vaccines done. You have to have certain forms filled out. You have to figure out your work schedule compared to their school schedule and all of that. So sometimes it does get frustrating as a parent, period, whether you're a single parent or not, because you have to work your schedule around your child's life. Okay, their schedule don't work around yours. Your schedule works around them, especially when they're younger. We have the regeneration card. Okay, some of you are, we have 10 here twice because we have 37 and then we have 46. They both break down to 10. You might be seeing 10 a lot on the clock. Okay, but that just represents cycles ending and new cycles beginning. So some of you are going to go through a period of regeneration where you are being rebuilt. Okay, you may have lost a lot of things. Okay, you may have dealt with a lot of loss, but you are rebuilding. Okay, we have the thinker card. You may be doing a lot of thinking lately. The number 44 is on this card. 4 can represent abundance. So you might be thinking a lot about money lately. And then we got community, and the number 8 is also on this. So we got 8 twice and we have 10 twice. Okay. You are going to find a community that's your soul tribe that is going to be able to give you some tips and give you some inspiration. Okay. It may even help you with your child. Okay. We have imagine. Okay, so use your imagination to manifest the things that you want. Okay, that's definitely going to help you with this regeneration for sure. We have time for a nap. Some of y'all need to learn how to take a nap, and I'm definitely one of those people. I don't like to take a nap, but that can help you with your stress. Okay, some of you may feel like, I don't even have time to take a nap. So some of y'all are saying, I wish I had time to at least just take a nap. But if you do have some way somehow to like get that into your schedule, try to start taking more naps if you can. Okay. If you have a new baby, everybody knows when you have a new baby, you got to take your naps when they take their naps, okay? So, yeah, you're going to have to try to work that in a little bit more, and that can help with some of your stress. We have chopped wood, okay? You may feel like your life is very mundane right now. You're having to do things on a routine, okay? You're tired of doing the same old thing every single day, but it's definitely going to pay off, okay? And while you are doing those, hold on, I dropped the card. While you are doing those mundane everyday things, that's the time where you could be using your imagination to visualize the changes that you want to see. Okay, we have orphaned. Okay, some of y'all may have felt abandoned by your own parents. Okay, so you are doing your best not to let that play out in your relationship, but that could have led to maybe codependent behavior. Some of y'all could be codependent on your children. Maybe you don't want to let other people watch them, which for one is because of protection. Okay, you can't just let everybody watch your kids. So I get that, but if there's somebody that's trustworthy that is willing to watch your kids for you so you can take a nap or like do something for yourself, go ahead and do that. But a lot of times I would be feeling sad when my son would be at my mom's house and stuff, like I miss my son. I want my son back. Okay, I didn't even know what to do with myself when I didn't have him around. So some people might be a little codependent on their kids. We have all that glitters. All that glitters is not gold. Okay, so you may be idolizing somebody else's life now. Like maybe there's somebody that you know that is in a relationship with the parent of their kid and they live together, and you thinking like their life is so much better than yours. You may not even realize they don't even get along. They're toxic and it's a bunch of fighting and chaos going on in the house. So don't idealize or idolize other people's situation, because you never know what they are going through. Okay, we have co-create. So this is talking about manifestation, using your imagination to manifest. Okay, And we have poise. You all have remained poised throughout this process of having to raise your children by yourself. You've held your head high, and you've done what it takes to make sure that they have what they need. And because of that, we have a change in the wind card. There's definitely going to be a change in a positive direction for you all, for remaining poised, okay? Even while you were being disrespected by the other parent, when you didn't have anybody to help you, okay? You may have felt like you were by yourself, and it's something like, you know, it's a big thing to take on, raising a kid by yourself, because, you know, you feel like maybe I'm not enough for my kid, right? Like, like, do I know what I'm doing? You've been doing a great job raising your kids, okay? Obviously, this video is not for people who are horrible parents, abusive to their kids, and all of that. Like, I ain't talking to y'all. So, but I think that's pretty evident. But you got to give a lot of disclaimers these days, okay? We got healthy choices. Thank you, angels, for guiding me to make healthy decisions. If you did decide not to stay with the other parent because it was toxic, that was a healthy choice that you made to get out of that situation. Some people may be saying, well, you should have chose better. You should have had a baby by somebody better in the first place. Why'd you even have a baby with this person? Sometimes you don't even realize how toxic someone is until you have a kid with them. Like, that's when they're real, like, you really start to see them for who they are. So don't let people try to, like, people always got to be so negative. Well, it's a good thing you left, but you should have never had a kid with them in the first place. Okay, yeah, that's true, but you didn't necessarily realize it at that time. Okay, we have speak your truth. Okay, if this person is going around lying on you or whatever, it's okay to, like, speak your truth about what happened. We have signs from heaven, and we have manifesting miracles. You guys are literally manifesting miracles at this time, and you're going to be receiving signs from heaven. You're going to be receiving confirmation from your guides that tell you, like, yes, you are manifesting miracles. So just hold in there. We do hear you, okay? Love and accept yourself, okay? You're learning how to love and accept yourself and not let other people label you. We have honor your feelings, okay? It is okay to feel frustrated as a parent. It is okay to feel sad. It is okay to feel like you're missing out on things sometimes. It's okay to be angry, okay? We do need to be careful how we express that to our children. We don't want to create any trauma for them, right? But it is okay to honor your own feelings as a parent, okay? We have balance, like I've been saying this whole time. There's a lot of balance coming into your life right now. And for some of you, this is going to be a legal victory in court. If you're in court over, like, child custody and stuff like that. We have loved one in heaven. So, ooh, I'm dropping cards. Okay, we have loved one in heaven. So you do have an ancestor that is definitely looking out for you. And they're going to help to make things a little bit easier. Synchronicity. Okay, it says, thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. Okay, so that's letting us know, yes, things are not necessarily happening within the time frame that we want them to happen, but that doesn't mean they're not going to happen. Okay, we can't always see as far ahead. We cannot see as far ahead as our spirit guides, angels, and divine sources. Like, they can see farther ahead than we can, or further ahead. So there may be things that are coming up that they are taking care of before something that we're really asking for, but we don't even realize that they saved us from things we didn't even know were about to happen, or we didn't even realize that there was better timing for something, okay? If we would have gotten something exactly when we asked for, it would not have worked out well or something like that. They can see far ahead, okay? So really their timing is perfect timing, even though we have dates and times that we want specific things done by, okay? We also have change. A resistance to change is a resistance to life itself. Open your heart and mind to new beginnings. So there may have been something that you really wanted to do or accomplish that is just looking like it's not going to happen right now, okay? Or there might be some sort of change you're having to make within yourself or your environment that's going to be better for you and your children, but you may be hesitant, okay? So they're asking that you be open to change, like maybe moving or something. You don't want to move or something like that. We have possibility. Focus your attention on what could go right. We keep getting cards about staying focused on what you want instead of what is not working for you, okay? Focus your attention on what could go right. When you learn to imagine the best case scenario, you get to enjoy the experience twice, because you're experiencing it while you're imagining it, and that is creating a biological effect on your body that is putting you in a better mood. That is releasing good endorphins, and then you get to experience it again when it actually happens, okay? We also have happiness. Your thinking will either make your happiness or take your happiness. You choose. Okay? And like I said, it is okay to honor your feelings. I'm not asking that you ignore your feelings. You do need to address your feelings, okay? But you should be doing way more focusing on happiness than you are on the things that are causing harm to you. But you should address your feelings and your issues and do the shadow work when it's necessary, okay? And in order to do shadow work, sometimes you do have to focus on the things that are causing you anxiety and frustration, okay? We have abundance. Love to see it, okay? Being a thoughtful steward for the money you already have is the secret to creating more abundance. When you trust yourself to handle more, that's when more shows up, okay? So a little tip for manifesting abundance. We have space, okay? The quality of your life has more to do with what you remove from your life than what you add to it. Give yourself the gift of space. And one way to create more abundance is to make room for that abundance to come. So you all may have to clear out some people from your life. You may have to clear out some certain ways that you think, okay? Certain negativities, certain negative habits, things of that nature. You might have to do some clearing, okay? We also have passion. Light up your life by honoring your deepest desires. Okay. So those are some of the self-care wisdom cards. I definitely wanted to use some of those to give some inspiration, okay, and some tips for self-care. And I think that is pretty much it. I mean, we can use some tea leaf cards to see what's coming up. What do the single parents have to look forward to when it comes to their lives? Okay, what do they need to know? Okay, what is it that they need to know that's coming up? But also, what do they have to look forward to? Because I want this to be as positive as possible, but also realistic, okay? So let us know what we have coming up for the single parents. I'm going to see if I can shuffle all of these at once. Let's see. Okay, we have Seahorse Family Matters. Let's see if more information comes out about that. And it's funny because I think the seahorse is like one of the few animals where the male carries the baby. So that's interesting. Some of y'all may be single fathers that's watching this. So hey y'all, how y'all doing? We also have January. Something important can be happening in January, or somebody may have been born in January. Okay, I don't remember. Is it Capricorn that's in January? I think so, not sure. Father Saturn could be important to y'all, okay? Because we did have the TikTok, the time card. So Saturn, time is going to be important somehow. We have bag, something important such as a new job or career. So like I said, some of you have a new job, a raise, or a new career that is coming to you all pretty soon, okay? So stay focused on that. Imagine that. What you gonna do when you get this raise, when you get this new job, okay? What are you gonna do? What you gonna spend it on? All of that. We have misunderstanding. Parrot, someone will gossip about your secrets. So somebody in your family might be running their mouth about what you got going on. But like I said, don't focus too much on that. And then we had the Speak Your Truth card that came out. So when it's time for you to speak up for yourself, you can most definitely do that. Okay, we have Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Okay, and you all are going to be getting both. You're going to be getting an increase in your wealth as well as your spiritual growth. Okay, we have Crown, honor and respect will come to you. People might have made fun of you. People may have talked down on you. People may have showed their disapproval because you were a single parent, okay? But honor and respect will come to you, okay? Sometimes I even get people from like the manosphere that leave comments on my videos because I talk about single parents sometimes. So I just have to like ignore them. But yeah, honor and respect will come to you, and you just have to like ignore the people that are being negative. Okay, we have Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. Okay, good things to look forward to. Remember, we had the Fool card or the class or the Clown card, so that represents new start. So that's confirming that. We have Quill, get back to the basics. Some of y'all are having to learn how to get back to the basics. Okay, so you may have felt like you went through a period of loss, and that was because you had to learn how to get back to the basics. You may be feeling like you're right back where you started when you first had your kid, okay? We have Money Path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. So more and more confirmation that money is definitely on the way. Your money problems are definitely going to be dwindling down really, really soon here, okay? We have Moon, changes in your life. Definitely some changes are going to be happening for the better for most of us. Okay, you may be having to get rid of some gossiping family members. Not necessarily get rid of them, but like kind of cut them off or cut your energy off or stop telling them your business. Okay, we have Nest, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Okay, so if that's something you want to manifest, continue to visualize that, daydream about it, think about it, and then you see that you will see that it comes into your reality. We have Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. Okay, and family doesn't have to just be the people that are blood related to you. You may be creating this emotional, secure, loving family with people that are not related to you, okay? But we do have the Eagle card, triumph over troubles, okay? We have the Heart card, love, deep affection, and caring. Okay, my cards are falling again. We have the Sun card for the second time in this reading, happiness and well-being, okay? Love to see that as well. Focus on all this good stuff that's coming, okay? That's going to help you even if it's not in your reality right now. You're going to call it into your reality by focusing on it. We have Cobweb, protection from negative forces beyond your control. Bat, take care, enemies are working against you. So yeah, you do have people that are working against you, and for some of y'all, this enemy is the parent of your child, the other parent. But you are protected by your spirit guides, God, your ancestors, all of that. So continue to pray and continue to do your protection work, okay? We got Flowers, happiness. They're not going to be happy because you have happiness, okay? We have happiness that keeps showing up. So you guys are going to be happy, okay? We have Dark Woman, dealings or relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. So some of y'all could be a darker complexion woman or dealing with a darker complexion woman. Maybe you have a child by a dark complexion woman, or maybe your child's father is in a relationship with a darker woman who is trying to interfere with the co-parenting situation. We have Wishbone, a wish will be granted. So imagine your wishes being granted. Use this time to picture it and visualize. What is that going to be like for you, okay? We have Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So some of you all are shrewd business people. If I get happiness one more time, okay? Harp, great happiness. Flowers, happiness. Sun, happiness and well-being. Okay? You guys are gonna have a lot to be happy about coming up, okay? We have dogs, getting together with friends. Some of y'all need to spend more time with your friends, having more leisure time, okay? You may be receiving more opportunities to do so pretty soon. We have Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. A change is coming for the better for you single parents, okay? The ones that are doing what they're supposed to do. So hang in there, okay? What else? Let me get a few, because you know I be talking a lot. I be talking a lot. Older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. Maybe this older woman is going to come in and provide some sort of relief for you all, okay? Could be a grandparent or an elder in your family. And then we had a card that came out that said you should accept valid criticism. So you may have an older woman or elder in your family that tries to give you some advice, okay? And you may want to look into accepting that advice as long as it's not toxic, okay? You know if you got toxic family members with giving toxic advice or not. We have Wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly, okay? You may have given up on your goals and dreams or feeling like you can't make it happen, so now you're just in limbo, not knowing what to do. You're going to get clarity on that, okay? We have Tower, solid foundation, success with effort, okay? Hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. If you are in need of help, assistance, and guidance, then you need to be open to accepting help, assistance, and guidance, okay? We also have chair empty. Someone is leaving your life, okay? Like I said, you may be getting rid of some people, or this could represent a death, okay? We have broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Some of y'all may be experiencing a breakup right now. Here, the card came back out. You should accept valid criticism, okay? Some of y'all need to learn how to accept constructive criticism. Target, a goal-oriented person. We have Ant, work, achievement, success. One more card. We have Fan, romance, celebration, party, and then we have Cloud, temporary problems. So your problems are temporary. They're not going to last. We have happiness here. We have increase in finances. We have raises here. We have new jobs here. We have new romantic opportunities here. We have celebration here. We have people coming in to help and give us advice, okay? And give us knowledge and wisdom. We have protection here, okay? We have everything that we need here, okay, to be successful. So we need to just focus on that. Focus on the fact that you are taken care of and you will be taken care of. And the trials and tribulations that you're going through are helping you to build your character, helping you to build spiritual strength, helping you to become a formidable person, like to be reckoned with. Like nobody is going to be able to tear you down and nobody's going to be able to come up against you, okay? You're only becoming stronger and stronger. And sometimes as a strong person, you don't want to hear about being strong. You want to be able to be weak sometimes. You want to be able to let somebody be strong for you, okay? And it's just a little while longer that you're having to be so strong. Things, weights, burdens are being lifted off your shoulders as I am speaking these words right now. So now it's time for you to have the mental agility to just hold on a little bit longer, stay positive, think positive, acknowledge your feelings. You're going to have good and bad days. Figure out which coping mechanism works best for you. And when I say that, I'm talking about a healthy one, not a coping mechanism that's not healthy, like drugs or gambling or something like, or alcohol, okay? Think of a healthy coping mechanism. Pray, okay? Whatever it is that you have to do to stay in a good mindset so that you can actually see your manifestations materialize right before your eyes. Okay, so thank you for taking the time to watch. Please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, this is an hour long. I thought it was like way longer, so not too bad. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe. If you feel comfortable commenting, please leave a comment in the comment section. You can leave an encouraging comment to other single parents, or if something in this video resonated with you, you can let us know what resonated with you. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Toodles!